Hello, and thank you for tuning in to this episode of Animals and Ames. My name is Ron Edwards. I'm the Animal Control Supervisor here for the Ames Animal Shelter and Animal Control Program. Our first very special kitty with us here today is Jenny. She's definitely she's a little on the shy side, so she's looking for a way to get away from the camera and the lights. But a very sweet and gentle cat. As much as she wants to get away, she never does anything inappropriately. She's just looking for a place to escape. Jenny is probably, don't tell all the rest of the cats, but Jenny is my favorite kitty right now. And I'm trying really hard not to take Jenny home myself. It's just really sad to see her here in the shelter, and I'm just going to let her hide if she wants to. It's just really sad to see a cat that's 11 years old. She was surrendered by her owner because of their living situation, so they could no longer have her, and had to surrender here to try to find a forever home for her that could keep her for the rest of her life. So again, Jenny is this beautiful, long-haired, kind of tabby, torty, beautiful cat. Kind of resembles a Maine Coon. Oh, I know, you're scared. Beautiful cat. Again, long hair, so she's going to need a lot of brushing. She does have a few areas that are a little matted up that we're going to get those all brushed out for her, and be a great job for some of our volunteers. Jenny has lived with dogs. She's also lived with cats, other cats. So if you have a home that has other dogs and cats, she might be a great addition for you. Again, she is a very gentle cat. Again, the shelter environment's just really hard on her. She lived in a home She lived in a home for a very long time, and now she's homeless and just really scared about what's going on around her. So we're going to make her feel safe and comfortable and do all we can, but it's not the same as her being in a home. So we hope that, maybe she's relaxing a little bit now. We hope that Jenny will find a home very soon, because I already have a few cats and really don't want to take Jenny home, but I just hate to see these older cats get passed by when everybody's looking at the kittens that we have. And she really is a sweet cat that deserves a loving home that's going to take care of her, keep her safe, keep her indoors. She is front declawed. She does have her back claws. Of course, she came in that way to us because we would never do that surgery here. But definitely a sweet, gentle kitty. If you're interested in Jenny, come on down to the shelter. We'd love to introduce you to her so she can say hi. And our next guest today is Moonbeam. Moonbeam came into us as a stray. Actually, one of our staff members was driving along the road late at night and seen Moonbeam there in the middle of the road, really in an unsafe situation, and had to stop. Unfortunately, her husband didn't get dinner that evening because she had to stop and save Moonbeam. But Moonbeam is a very special kitty. I know I say that about all of them. But Moonbeam came into us and had an upper respiratory infection. And it's probably a chronic condition that was never treated. And if the owners kept her indoors, they'd probably notice how she was and hopefully get her to a vet for treatment. But unfortunately, that never happened. So she does have somewhat of a chronic condition. She is currently on medications here for that. We think there might also be some allergies involved. So the vet is, they've run some diagnostic tests and done what we can to make sure that she's comfortable. And really the only thing with her is that she does sneeze from time to time and has some discharge, but she's doing much better than when she first came into us. So Moonbeam here is, she's still in our isolation area, but if you were interested in this beautiful solid white cat, she is available. We'd probably recommend that she be the only cat in the household. We're not entirely sure, and the vet's not sure, if she would be contagious to other cats. If it's just allergies, that wouldn't be contagious. But if she does have a viral outbreak of upper respiratory, that is something obviously that another cat could catch. So it's important that, we don't want to get two sick kitties. We already have one here. But again, she's recovering really well with the treatment so far. A very, very sweet kitty. Again, no behavior problems. She would prefer not to get the treatment every day, but That's we have to give that to her to make sure that she's healthy and well taken care of. So if you're willing to provide that indoor home only here to this sweet kitty, Moonbeam, come on down to the shelter. We'd love to talk to you more about her history and give you the information from the vet hospital, and maybe it's a cat that you have a conversation with your vet about and see if it would be a good one for your environment. But again, we want that to be an indoor home where, you know, if she does break with a cold, that someone's going to take the time and the finances to take her into the vet and have her seen to make sure that she's getting the antibiotics and things that she may need to recover. So if you're interested in Moonbeam, come on down to the shelter. And our final guest for today, we periodically show our working cat program, also known as a barn cat program. So here we have Jordan. Jordan came into us in a trap. She was trapped up near Ada Hayden. So we got her spayed, had her tested for feline leukemia and feline AIDS. She came back negative for that, so we're pleased to know that. But she's a cat that would not be suitable to live in a home environment. She's just not very friendly. She hasn't been socialized with people, so she's just afraid. Everything scares her. So we're going to keep this kind of short because all the lights and the cameras are probably scaring her a bit, and we don't want to cause any extra stress to her. But we also want to talk about the program so we can get people interested and see if there are people out there that are looking for barn cats or working cats. We do have a program here. We're very proud that we're able to save these feral cats that really have just, through no fault of their own, have had no human socialization. And Jordan is a primary example. She's a very young cat. She's probably less than 1 year old, but just never really had, born out in the wild, and never had anyone to pet her, comfort her, give her love and attention. So she probably survived on whatever is out there, and a lot of wild animals up there at Ada Hayden, so mice and all kinds of critters out there. So Jordan now is here at the shelter. She's part of the Working Cats program. We're very fortunate through the wonderful donations that we receive here that we get her spayed, get her the vaccinations, the feline leukemia, feline AIDS testing. All of that is done, and there's actually no charge to the adopter if they want to provide a farm home or barn home situation for Jordan or any of the cats that we have. And we do have one other cat that's probably going to be part of that program. We do try to see if they're going to come around and if we can place them. Ultimately, we'd love them to be in a home environment where they're safe, they're sound, they're secure, and they won't be outside. But situations like this where they're born outside and we don't get to them when they're young enough, a lot of times it's not humane here in the shelter environment for long periods of time. We'd rather put them back in an environment that they feel comfortable with, but we also want the barn home situation to be where they're going to be provided the care that they need. They're going to be given food and water. Of course, here in Iowa, with our extreme temperatures, extreme heats, and extreme colds, it's important that they're provided with that water. In the wintertime, you can't let that water freeze. You need to have a heated water bowl. So these are all things that we want our farm owners and barn cats to go into an environment where they're going to be cared for. We don't want them to rely on eating mice. We want them to have nice, good, wholesome food inside the barn where they're safe from the elements. But a lot of times just the cat's presence in your barn will help to control the rodent population. So they're not supposed to live off mice and rats. It's really just the smell of them will help to keep the rodents at bay and hopefully get them to move on to different environments. So again, Jordan is available to a barn cat. We do have applications we have people fill out. And we want to make sure that someone's going to provide everything that they need. We don't just go throw them onto a farm property and hope for the best. We have a whole program where we loan out the equipment, keep them in the barn confined for a short period of time, typically 10 days to 2 weeks, keeping them inside a large dog crate, as well as keeping them in these feral boxes. There's a side door here that opens up so they can come in and out, but they're still within that large dog crate where they have a litter box, access to food and water. So that's really trying to get them used to the sights, the sounds, everything in that farm area to make them feel comfortable, to where hopefully when they're released from that, they're going to stay around. There's always a chance that they may leave and you may not see them again. The good thing is that Jordan has been spayed, so she's not going to be reproducing and giving us more kittens out there that shelters can barely handle right now. So a great working cats program. If you'd like to know more about it, call the Ames Animal Shelter. We'd be happy to talk to you about it and see if maybe you're an approved applicant to take one of these cats that deserve a barn home or a farm home. And that's our show for today. That's just 3 of the great cats that we have here at the shelter. Once again, all of our dogs have been adopted, so I don't have any dogs to show you, and we don't have any for adoption. We have opened up our shelter and working with the Animal Rescue League, who is down in Texas dealing with a situation with a storm, Hurricane Harvey, that was caused. And a lot of homeless animals are looking for help. I know there's shelters across the United States that are helping out, and we're very happy that the Ames Animal Shelter is going to step up and be able to take in some of those animals as well. So as most of you know, we're a really small shelter, so we can't save a ton of them, but it's sure going to make a difference to the ones that we can take in here. So we're coordinating that through the Animal Rescue League in Des Moines. They're actually on the ground down there in Texas, and I've been in communication with them, and we'll hopefully be getting some animals coming in from them. So we're going to work with some other groups as well and see how we can help out. We're glad to be able to do that, and there's a lot of homeless animals and people in such a horrible situation down there that our thoughts are with all those people and those animals that are displaced because of the storm, and really happy that we're going to be able to help out some of those people. I also wanted to mention right now we currently have 10 rabbits at the shelter and 12 guinea pigs, so that's probably a definitely record for us. So 10 rabbits, 12 guinea pigs, they all need homes. We're really trying to get them adopted into pairs. They do best when they're adopted in pairs. So if you're interested in either guinea pigs or rabbits, come on down to the shelter. We'd love to talk to you about them. Also want to put a special thanks out there to the Iowa Farm Animal Sanctuary. We recently picked up, if you've been keeping an eye on our Facebook page, picked up a baby pig that was on Interstate 35 and brought it here to the Iowa State University to be examined by the large animal vets. Even though we named her Fern, Fern was just a little pig, but the large animal vets take a look at her, and thankfully her fall from the truck did not cause too many injuries, and we put a plea out there on Facebook, and so many people recommended the Iowa Farm Animal Sanctuary, and they actually came in yesterday and took her and picked her up here at the shelter and took her to their sanctuary. So we're going to definitely keep people updated about Fern and keep an eye on the Iowa Farm Animal Sanctuary website as well as their Facebook page, but we'll keep you updated on Fern. And thank you everybody for the well wishes, and hoping that she recovers and finds that appropriate environment for her. So we were very happy to rescue Fern and happy that she's going to be able to live out the rest of her life in a sanctuary. So thank you to all of those that are involved, and thank you for watching today's show. And again, if you're looking for guinea pigs or rabbits, we are the place to go.